All right, welcome to Ace in the Hole Live, where we talk about mindset versus business strategy. Both very important. Mindset is what we're going to be talking about today, and talking about fear. Most people view fear as a fight or flight thing. About if you're running away from the T Rex, you have fear so you can get away from it. It creates adrenaline and you can get away from the T Rex, right? And I'm here to tell you that that is not how fear works. Fear is a very, very useful emotion, and it's good that you have fear. And I will tell you why in just a minute. Fear, let's go into the basics of fear. Fear is a problem because it stops people from doing things. And I will tell you right now, everyone has a little bit of fear about something in their life that is stopping them from doing something. And most of the time, those things that they're afraid of are good things, or else you wouldn't be afraid. They're things you actually want to do, or there would be no fear. You know, if if I called you out of the blue, you didn't know who I was, and I said, "Hey, I'm never going to call you again," you'd go, "Okay then." But if I were your best friend or your mother or your lover, and I called you and I said, "I'm never going to call you again," you'd be devastated. That's what fear is. Fear is you wanting something. You have a desire for something. Sometimes it's a very strong desire, and the stronger the desire, the more fear you have if you're blocking yourself from it. So, how do you unblock yourself from the things that you want? Will Smith always said, everything you want is on the other side of fear. And he's right, because you wouldn't have fear if you didn't want the thing. So, how do we overcome fear? How do we do this? How do we move forward? This was brought up this morning because I was listening to a book on Audible, and this guy was talking about how a lot of people fear death, uh, and and really he said you should lean into death. That things are finite, that there is an ending to everything. There is a 100% mortality rate, and we should understand that we only have a finite amount of time here, and that we should do all those things that light us up and that move us forward and make us feel powerful and like amazing people. Um, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about an experience that I had with fear. I have a YouTube channel called the Salt Lake Pops Orchestra, where we take modern popular songs and we orchestrify them and use other artists who are popular as well, uh, like Lindsey Sterling, and she and Alex Boyer did a version of Bruno Mars Grenade, which was amazing. It was fun. And we have tens of millions of views. There's one video that I created that people hated. A lot of people had a lot of hate for it. There was someone who was even getting on there and posting all kinds of really hateful comments to try and hide even the positive comments. And one guy even said something like, "This video is horrible. Go kill yourself." And that hurt a lot. Uh, I spent a lot of time and a lot of money on these videos. It was a part of me, a part of my heart. I put a lot of me into it. I didn't make a video for 3 months after that because I created these stories. So this is what fear is. Fear is that you're telling yourself a story that is the opposite of what your eternal self knows to be true. That's why you feel the discord. That's why it hurts. That's why fear feels so bad. It's that indication that you're separating you from who you really are. And so you have to break it down. I had to break it down for myself and say, okay, what stories am I telling myself that are separating me from who I really am? Well, maybe this video really is horrible. Well, that's not true. That video wasn't horrible. It was actually pretty darn good. Okay, well, maybe I'm just not good at this. Maybe, somehow I lost what I do well and I'm not good at it anymore. Well, that's not true. I'm still pretty darn good at this. And that video and the stuff that I did in the video were still very good. And I used a lot of talent, and I'm a talented person. So that's not true. Uh, and let's see, what else? What else did I think? Maybe I can't do this again. Maybe those original videos were flukes that were so popular. And that's not true either. And of course, I made other videos that were popular as well. So when you have fear, it is not a warning. It's not saying don't do this. And in fact, it's kind of the opposite. It's saying maybe this is something you should do. Maybe moving past this fear is going to help you get to the next level of wherever it is you want to go. And we all have dreams and goals and desires in our life that are surrounded by fear. And we've thought about doing something for years, maybe. And the only way to have what you want is to move past that fear and the negative emotion. And I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. So, number one, you have to remember that the fear is based on a story that you're telling yourself that is the opposite of the truth. So, number two, you need to figure out what that story is. What is the story that I'm telling myself? What is that feeling that I have that surrounds that story? And then number three, you have to forge a different story, a new story, the truth. And the truth typically is going to feel the best emotionally. So you have to understand fear is based on the negative emotion, and it hurts because you're separating you from you. The opposite, which is empowerment, is something that is combining you. It's bringing you together with who you really are, that eternal part of you. And it feels good. That story feels great. So when I told myself the story, I am worthy of doing these things. I am good at these things. I can do these things. That's when I started to feel good again. And that's when I started being able to go back and start doing more videos. So hopefully this helps you a bit with the fears that you have. And again, fear is a very good emotion to have. It's a great indicator of where you're at, so that now you can change that story and you can start moving forward. And that's such a good thing. So I hope this has helped you out so that you can move forward in those areas of your life where you have some fear. And if this has helped you, please let me know in the comments. Give me any stories as you move forward. This is going to be a really good day. So thank you for joining me today on Ace in the Hole Live. I hope you have a fantastic, empowered day.